Good evening and welcome to our meditation this evening. My name is John DeRogeris, and I will be facilitating the meditation this evening. And we will also have with us, as we usually do, a number of Reiki practitioners who will be ready and willing to provide you with Reiki during the meditation. If you would like that is Reiki treatment during the meditation, you should have a white piece of rope over your shoulder. If you haven't already gotten one of those and you want to receive Reiki, this would be a really good time to go take care of that. One of the ladies in the back, I'm sure, will be more than happy to give you one of the ropes. Also, please be sure that your cell phones are silenced this evening so that we don't have any disturbances during the meditation. So, anyway, let's get into what I do as a practitioner. I've been at this field of meditation for some 25 odd years, and it all came about when I went to a workshop, a Louise Hay workshop actually, where Greg Braden showed a video of a medical Qigong hospital in Beijing, China. And a woman was there, a patient, who had a inoperable bladder tumor, and they were going to, they had assembled a series of medical Qigong practitioners around a table, and also had a lady with a ultrasound wand and viewing screen that showed this lady's tumor, and it was real time. And then they freeze framed that video image of the tumor, and then opened up a split screen wherein they showed in real time the status of the tumor. And the practitioners began this chant, and basically, actually, before it even started, the lady's tumor had already begun to shrink, which was interesting. It was about a minute or so after they had initiated the video, and lo and behold, in 2 minutes and 45 seconds, the tumor shrunk completely, and that was a huge eye-opener for me because I had heard of things of self-healing and that sort of thing, but really to have something visual like that to connect with was like just a big wow for me. And enough so that I got into the practice of medical Qigong, which I studied for 7 years, but also practiced a number of other mind-body healing modalities, one of which was visualization-guided imagery. And although medical Qigong had its own version, and lots of other traditions have their own version of visualization-guided imagery, the method used by Dr. Martin Rossman, who owns a facility in Mill Valley, California, really impressed me. And so I took training with him, and I've been using that throughout the last 20-odd years, and many evenings right here in this very room, from 2010 or 11 up through around 2016. And people seem to be really improved over that time. So basically what it does is it uses imagery to give you a picture of your well-being, and you draw images of what it might look like now, and then you visualize what it might look like in a healed condition. And it doesn't matter if it's anything insignificant, just a minor health issue, or if it's a major issue. It seems to improve the condition no matter what, because the body knows how to heal itself, and that's been proven time and again. And it's just a matter of really focusing your energy on what you want to happen and lo and behold, the body knows how to do that, and it does them so with amazing um, regularity, as long as we just keep it focused in the right direction. So anyway, that's pretty much what we're going to be doing this evening. So whenever you feel comfortable, just begin by closing your eyes and be taking up a restful position. And whenever it feels right for you, just begin by noticing your breathing. And with your next in-breath, just begin to feel that loving, healing, compassionate essence of all that's good entering your body and into your lungs and circulating out to every single cell in your body, healing, nurturing, revitalizing every single part of you. And with every exhalation, just imagine that the exhalation is a big letting go. Letting go of anything, everything you don't need. Letting go of all the shouldas, the wouldas, the gottas, the haftas. You don't need that anymore. Just allow yourself to relax and come into that sacred space of your healing energy. And to quiet our minds, let's just begin by contemplating the three biggest questions that mankind has ever dreamt of. Questions that have been talked about, studied, since man began to communicate. Who am I? Who am I really? Light waves and sound waves are forever around us, surrounding us. And when we open our eyes and we listen and we smell, those waves of energy enter our body. And our body knows how to translate those signals into smells and sounds that our brain, again, translates into things that our thinking mind can understand. Voices, pictures, all showing up on this video screen that we call life, emanating through our eyes and our senses. But really, who's watching the show? Who's really watching the show? Who am I that I can see this unimaginable variety of vibrations and translate them into something that I fully understand since the first time I opened my eyes? Who is that? And the second question, what do I want? What do I really, really, really want? Which leads to the third question. Why am I here? What is my purpose? Why have I showed up on this planet in the distant reaches of the galaxy at this period, what we call time, to live out this existence and travel this journey? What is this all about? So let's just take those three questions and just send them out to the universe and see what comes back to us. Maybe not tonight, but maybe tomorrow. An insight, something that would help you understand, sometimes even change your life. And when it feels right for you, allow yourself just to focus your energy now on the soles of your feet, our connection with Mother Earth. Just allow yourself to sense that connection. And maybe just have the realization that until I mentioned it, you probably weren't thinking about the bottoms of your feet at all. But taking a moment to thank your feet for being your transportation system. And just noticing if there's anything going on down there that might need your attention. And even if there doesn't, just sending a little gratitude and thanks and love to your feet for carrying you around all day. And taking a moment and noticing what that feels like. And as you continue breathing, begin to notice that same feeling of love and compassion that you've sent to your feet, beginning to travel up the calves of your legs and up into your thighs, and taking a moment and just sensing if there's anything there that could use some loving, compassionate attention. And sending a little bit of that same intention to your legs, and gratitude and thanks for being there, doing all that your legs need to do to carry you from place to place. And just sending a little light and love to those legs and feet, and noticing what that feels like. And as you continue to breathe, just now allowing that energy to flow up into your pelvic area your lower abdominal area. And just now also paying attention to anything that might be going on there, especially maybe your lower back, lower intestinal tract, anything there that might feel the least little bit of discomfort. Allowing that energy that you've brought up your legs to just penetrate that area and spread like a beautiful, healing, loving sense of well-being. And again, sending more of that love and light and compassion into that pelvic area and lower abdominal area, and just holding the intention that if there's anything going on there that isn't your highest and best good, that it just might start to feel a little bit better. And noticing how that feels. Your entire lower body feeling cradled in the arms of love and compassion and well-being. And feeling that gratitude. And when it feels right for you, allowing that energy to travel up through your torso and into your shoulders, upper back, your lungs, your stomach, your intestines, all of your internal organs that really are the workhorse of your body's endocrine system, your system of organs that cleans your blood, beats your heart, circulates your blood, renews your blood through breathing. All of these wonderful, very complex organs that move us throughout the day, that keep us nourished, provide all of the wondrous energies that we need to function as these earthling beings that we are. 800,000 chemical reactions going on in our body every single second. 37 trillion reactions going on in the course of a month. All the cells of our bodies multiplying and renewing themselves and replacing themselves. All 70 trillion of them being replaced numerous times in the course of a year, but every single cell being renewed in your body in the course of a year. So that every single day, parts of you are being renewed. The old you is leaving. The new you is being born within you. And the old you is being recycled in every out-breath. Just like letting go of what you don't need. Sometimes the cells, like our skin, are renewed every few weeks. Our skeleton. Every 6 months we get a new skeleton. Every single part of us continually renewing itself. And so the question arises, if I'm renewing myself every day, why am I not perpetually healing myself? And the answer is, you are. It just needs a little bit of encouragement in the right direction. So that every single one of us in this room will end up being a renewed person, 100% new, by this time next year. actually 75 or 80% new in the next few months. So how do we steer that in the right direction? The answer is that your subconscious mind is really a tool. We call it a subconscious mind. It's an energy far greater than any of us can even comprehend. 70 trillion little dots of energy we call cells in total instant communication with every other cell in our body. And yet they beat our hearts, breathe our lungs, grow our hair, pump our blood, renew the oxygen in our blood continually every day without us giving so much as a thought to it. And at the same time, they are managing the restoration of our body. And every one of these cells is in total instant communication with an energy, a consciousness, an intellect far greater than the most powerful of any computers on this planet. And the simple way to communicate with it is on the same level through our, what we'll call our subconscious mind, that mind that is there but is different from our thinking mind. And as many traditions would tell you, in order to contact that part of us, that infinite part of us that totally takes care of every single cell, every single second of every single day, we have to get out of our thinking mind and into that quiet subconscious mind, the soul of the universe. So when it feels right for you, just allow yourself to envision yourself in a beautiful place, a place that just feels comforting and healing to you. It can be a beach or mountains or a wooded location or maybe even a grassy field. Whatever feels safe and comforting for you. And as that image begins to develop in your mind, just notice what the air is like in this place. How does it smell? What does your secret, special healing place really look like? That place where nothing can harm you, only good can occupy this space. The healing, loving energy of that which created all things is all that lives here. What would that smell like to you? If you were by the ocean, you might smell salt air. If you were in a wooded location, you would smell the fragrance of wildflowers, maybe. Whatever that place would be like for you. Notice the sounds. What would it sound like? Your special healing place. Take it in with all of your senses. and just allowing yourself to be there and noticing how that feels. And when it feels right for you, now allow yourself to visualize the embodiment of what that unlimited healing force, that unlimited energy, that intellect that manages these 70 trillion cells, communicates with them. What might that look like if you could visualize it as some sort of a being? Maybe it would look like a religious figure to you, or an angelic figure, or maybe just a cartoon character. Whatever feels right for you as an image, maybe a great healer or a great philosopher. Rumi or Hafiz. Whatever that image is, just let it reflect that essence that is just more powerful, more caring, more loving than anything you had ever imagined possible. Visualizing what that might look like if it had a shape. Maybe just a glowing light. But now imagine that image that you've created is there with you in your healing space. And if there's anything going on in your physical bodies that needs attention, or even in your emotional bodies, just feel free to discuss that with this image. And imagine that it's listening to you and contemplating. And that you can ask it any questions you want about what you should do, how you should go about bringing about this state of complete wholeness that you really are. There are traditions that say that you actually are whole and perfect all the time. It's only in your imagination that you feel less than perfect. Lack of worthiness, lack of love. So just allow that embodiment of that image to respond to you in a way that you can understand. Listen to what it has to say. If you don't hear it with your bodily ears, it might come through just a feeling or a sense. It might pop up tomorrow while you're just walking down the street and somebody says something to someone else, and you just happen to overhear it, and it's exactly what you needed to hear. What you should think about doing that might improve whatever it is that you think needs fixing in your body. And just notice how that feels and pay attention. And just continue that dialogue for a few seconds while you contemplate what it is that you really, really, really would love to resolve. And when it feels right for you, just take us to the next level and search your body, your mind, for anything at all that is in your mind, something less than the absolute perfection that you really are. Something that has been bothering you, something that you feel could be better. Whatever that is. And just allow it to take a shape. That is, whatever you think, whatever image comes to mind that would give you some sense of shape and being to whatever you feel is less than your absolute perfection. And once you've imagined a shape, just noticing the shape, the color, maybe the energy field, happiness, sadness, whatever that might look like. And just allow that to sort of sit off to the side as that which needs to be loved more. And without judging it, just let it be there. And now, when it feels right for you, imagine a second image appearing alongside of that first image. And that image would be what this would look like if it were completely resolved, completely whole and perfect. It can be something as simple as a big happy face. Just sitting there alongside of that image of what you feel is less than your divine perfection. And without judging them, just notice the two of them together. Which one looks bigger? Which one looks more real? And now, just taking in a simple in-breath, and then an exhalation, and continuing that. And with each one of these in-breaths, just imagine that energy of this image that is less than your perfection beginning to get smaller. Less vivid, less colorful. And as you breathe that in, now exhale it. Getting rid of whatever that is you don't need. And as you do that, notice the image of how this could heal, becoming larger, and more energetic. Maybe a light starting to form around it. And continue with another in-breath and just notice the image of that which isn't you becoming smaller and less significant. And with every out-breath, like you're blowing on embers in a fireplace, the embers begin to glow with each out-breath. And that brightness begins to enhance that image of your perfection. And it's growing, just like the embers in a fireplace, becoming a flame. Breathing in. Watching the old you get smaller and more difficult to see. And breathing out. And the new you becoming more and more luminescent, more significant, larger. And as you continue to do that, I wonder if you can visualize the image of that which is not you, the old you, just completely disappearing and being replaced completely with that image of your perfection. Just continue that for a few moments. Breathing in and breathing out. And with every out-breath, that energy becoming more and more real. And noticing how that feels. And noticing if that, whatever symptoms that old image was giving your body, if they're slowly diminishing, becoming less and less noticeable. And the feeling of wholeness and well-being beginning to envelop that entire rest of your body. Becoming more and more significant, replacing any energy that is not you. Because the energy that is the real you has no disease, has no weakness, no sad emotions. It is all joy, happiness, peace, love. Well-being. This is the real you that was created. And it's only in our mind's eye that we have let ourselves be fooled into thinking we are less than whole. And as you continue that breathing, just allow those emotions of happiness, joy, gratitude. Feel the emotions now. The emotions of releasing that which is not serving you, that which is not you. Allowing that to just leave your body with every exhalation. And just as with darkness, it is dispelled by the presence of light. And allow that light that was within you and growing within you to dispel any of that darkness, leaving only pure, divine love and perfection, which is all you really can be. Because that which created you is all of those things: love, compassion, perfection. And noticing what that feels like. And feeling the gratitude and the joy. And with that gratitude and joy, allow yourself to now visualize what you would be doing, what tasks that you would not have undertaken. What would you do if you were free? Not if. Now that you are free of the baggage that was holding you back, you've released that now. You're free to do anything you want. What would you do if you knew you could not fail? You would not be held back. You have total freedom. Freedom to be that which you really are. An embodiment of that which created all things. How could you be anything else? And noticing how that feels. And with that, with those feelings, just allow yourself a few moments to bring to mind, your mind's eye, anyone else that you might know who might really feel a sense of healing from your own energy, if you could pass that on to them. Allow yourself to visualize anyone that you care about, or even those you hardly know, that might be feeling they're less than their divine perfection that they really are. And maybe visualizing a sense of joy coming over their faces as their exhalation breaths begin to transform them, awaken them to what they really are. Spreading your joy, your gifts, your love, your compassion to everyone else around you. As one is healed, all are healed. That is a philosophy of many, many healing traditions throughout the world. So when it feels right for you, just allow yourself to slowly begin to come back to this place of meditation where we all are. Just allow your breath to become more regular, more noticeable. Paying attention to the seat you're sitting on, temperature of the room, the sounds in the background, and bringing with it a sense of well-being, of hope, of gratitude, and just understanding that you can take this gift with you wherever you go. And every day, remind yourself to take a little bit of time and become quiet. Find some quiet space, your sacred healing space, and do your visualizations. And it doesn't have to be the same visualization each time, whatever you feel you need at the moment. And just do that for 15, 20 minutes each day in a quiet space. You might just be totally amazed at what happens. And when it feels right for you, just allow yourself to slowly open your eyes, look quietly around the room, moving your fingers and your toes. Coming back to this, what we call physical world. I want to thank all of our Reiki practitioners for helping to pull this beautiful energy together and facilitate these gatherings. We do this every Wednesday on a love offering basis. The donation box is by the door as you leave. Feel free to thank any of the practitioners and for being here and facilitating this. Namaste.